Hey guys,
Hey
it's
folks.
Stephanie here.
This is Luke.
And we wanted to come to you to speak to you guys about inviting. So this is probably one of the topics and one of the vital behaviors that a lot of people have trouble with. And so we wanted to take some time to take you through our process and exactly what we do when someone says that they're interested or someone says that they want more information. We want to take you through our exact questions, our exact script that we use so that you can see how simple it is.
Okay.
So first off, one thing that I definitely, both Luke and I both do is that we thank them.
Yes.
We thank them and we say, thank you so much for your interest. Thank you so much for, for reaching out to me and, and showing interest in our challenge group.
Yep.
And then the second part is we share our enthusiasm and we say, thank you.
Yes.
And we are so excited that you're interested in learning more. So Luke, why don't you tell them what's the first question that we ask?
So after that setup is actually being done, one of the first questions that we like to ask is, what are your health and fitness goals? And the reason why we ask that question is because we want to create a rapport with the person that we're talking to, and it helps us understand what that person is struggling with and what that person is trying to achieve. So that let us know exactly what kind of help we're going to be providing to that particular person who reached out to us. And secondly, after we get this information, we want to ask, what has that person done in the past to reach those goals? And the reason why we ask that question is because it helps us figure out exactly the type of programs or workout that that person has done, but also likes. Does she like more of a cardio, more of a weight, more of a yoga? So like once you get all this information, it allows you to know exactly how you're going to be able to help that person.
Because remember, it's about understanding what's going to be best for
Yes.
the customer.
It's about that person. It's not about you.
Exactly. So by asking those first two questions, hopefully our hope is that you're going to learn a lot about them. And it's going to allow you to be able to, take some notes on that person, whether actually physically taking some notes
Always take notes.
or
Always.
mentally taking notes so that
Yes.
you can later on be thinking about what type of program from our huge repertoire of programs. Remember, we have over 18 different programs. What type of program you think would be best for them. So what are your health and fitness goals and what have you done to reach those goals? Those are the first two questions. Then usually they'll answer back, and one thing also to say, especially when you are asking them about their health and fitness goals, like what is it that they want to achieve, if they say something that that resonates with you, if they say something that you're just like, wow, that's also my goals, say that. Just say, wow, I can definitely relate to you because of XYZ. Just take a moment. You don't want to talk too much. You want them to be always talking more than you. So that's a huge tip. You always want them to be speaking more than you. But maybe you just make a quick reference. Maybe they just had a baby. Maybe you congratulate them on their new baby, and or maybe they just had they're preparing for a wedding, so you can congratulate them on their upcoming wedding and just say, that's super exciting. So just little things like that to empathize with them, to show, just to kind of show that relatability. So after those two questions, we also like to ask, what are your nutrition goals? Or not necessarily what are your nutrition goals, but what is your nutrition like? Or another way to ask that question is, take me through a day of what you would typically eat.
Yes.
So that's going to help you to know, are they someone that spends a lot of money outside? Are they someone that, you can clearly see that they eat a lot of fast food? And so it just gives you an idea of some of the issues that they're going to have so that you can, again, be able to feel confident in the recommendation that you're going to ask them.
Very true.
And then another question we always like to ask is, how much time do you have for yourself? Or another way to ask that question is, how much time do you have for your wellness?
Yes.
Or how much time do you have for your self-care? Another question that we also like to ask is, do you have any support at home to help you reach these goals?
Yes.
And so usually that's when they'll come back and they'll tell you about their spousal support, their children, a little bit about their family life, and that's really important for you to know. And then another additional question we always like to ask is, what is their occupation? And you can actually tie that into kind of how much time do you have in a day. You can say, oh, tell me a little bit about what you do for work and how much time you have in your day for your own self-care. So you can tie that question in there really nicely. Those, I would say, are the typical questions we
Yes.
ask every single person.
Every single one that we talk to.
And when I tell you that we stick to those questions, we don't kind of digress from those questions, that is our script. script. And so no matter what, we make sure we ask every single person those questions. And so you may notice that we have not even mentioned the challenge pack yet. We have not even mentioned price yet. And it's because we need to make sure that we understand what those goals are for that person.
Very true.
While I still, in terms of this part, one thing I do want to say is that sometimes you may get a question that's specifically right off the bat, which may say, hey, how much is this? And I want to address that now, because the way to go around that is to say, we actually have many different programs and I'd like to make the best suggestion for you. So actually first, what I'd love to do is be able to ask you a couple questions. What are your health and fitness goals?
Never feel forced.
Yes,
to
never.
just oblige to whatever they ask.
Because
remember, you're the one with all the answers.
Right. So now after you've asked all of those questions and you've reviewed everything, the next thing you're going to say back to them is you're going to say, well, I've reviewed everything that you've told me, and based on everything you shared with me, I would suggest this program, or I would suggest this package. And then what you're going to do is, instead of describing the package, you're going to insert the YouTube link for that package. And so utilizing the third-party tools that Beachbody has spent a ton of money making these phenomenal infomercial and these phenomenal videos explaining the package, utilize that.
So you don't have to actually explain it yourself.
Exactly. We don't want you explaining a breakdown of what the package is. We don't want you doing that. We would prefer, and it's easier if you use the resources that's already there, which is the YouTube channel link. And nowadays, for the most part, guys, for the most part, 99% of the time, we are offering the all access challenge pack. And so it's very simple. It's like, based on everything you shared with me, I really know that, or based on everything you shared with me, I think you would be an awesome fit for our group.
Yeah.
Here is the package that I would start you off with. Boom, put in the YouTube link. After you send the YouTube link, you then say, when you get a chance to review this, please message me back and let me know if you feel this would be of value to you. So once they've said yes, usually the next thing that I say is I send them a message and I say, awesome, like super excited that you're ready to get started. Let me actually send you a breakdown of the price and all of the things that you're going to get with the package. And then I send them this breakdown that you guys can actually get on, basically if you go to our training site, you'll be able to access through our scripts, but it's basically a breakdown of everything that they would get in the challenge pack with the price at the bottom. And it says, the price is $160 and you get everything that, everything above. Let me know if you feel this would be of value to you. Again, reiterating that question, let me know if you feel this would be of value to you. At that point, guys, they're either gonna say yes or no. Remember, our job is to simply present the information. It's whether or not they feel it would be a best fit for them. Taking that emotion out of it, it has nothing to do with you. It's not a reflection of you. If you follow these steps the way that we have explained to you, if you ask these questions the way we have explained to you, and then you present it in that way, at that point, if they say yes, awesome. And if they say no, it's okay. What you've done, if they say no, what you've done is you've planted a seed, and trust me, that person is going to keep watching you. That person's going to keep looking to see if you get results. They're going to keep looking to see if you share results from other customers or other people on our team. So don't worry, a seed is planted. And actually, when they say no, I always will say, okay, not a problem at all. Do you mind if I follow up with you in 1 month? Or maybe you'll say 2 months or 3 months. Whatever you decide, just pick a time frame and just say, do you mind if I can follow up with you in 2 months? And be very specific, and then write it down in your, whatever you're using to track your customers, write it down in your calendar, 2 months from now, pick a date and say, follow up with Jane, let's say her name was. And so those are the kind of tips, and that's what you would do, okay? And so really, I would say, when it comes to inviting, it's talking to lots and lots and lots and lots of people. There's no, there's no secret in that. It's really talking to lots of people and following up with lots of people. I can't even tell you how much we follow up. To be honest,
follow up a lot.
We follow up pretty much with at least 40 people a day, and we're just sending messages. We're just saying, hey, how are you?
That's on a slow day.
Right. And sometimes, guys, and let me clarify, when we say follow up, it sometimes could just be a, hey, how are you?
Yes.
Or, hey, just connecting with you, just wanted to see how things are going. And so just kind of giving you an idea, we follow up with a lot of people because it takes people on average like 7 to 9 times of being exposed to you and being exposed to the product before they will even say yes. And so just keep that in mind, that most people on the first try, they're gonna say no a lot of times. And so don't be surprised, don't take it personally. Just say, okay, not a problem. Do you mind if I follow up with you in 2 to 3 months, right? And so that is the process. There's no secret, and I will say that we follow this script. We have followed this script for almost 4 years, the same exact questions every single time. And so don't feel like you need to kind of have these long extended conversations, right? You just need to ask those questions and then present the information, and they're either going to say yes or no.
That's it.
And that's it. That's it. And so anyway, guys, we hope that you found this helpful. Again, on the training site and on our team training site, there is a section for scripts.
Yep.
And if you go to that section, you'll be able to see Stephanie's current script. And I have the questions that we've kind of discussed here, I have that in there. And so please feel free to use that, download that, take that, make it your own. Another tip I would give you when it comes to these questions, have them already on your phone in your notepad, or have them on a Word document already that you can just copy and paste, or maybe on the notes of your MacBook if you have a Mac. I also use Google Keep, in terms of ways to kind of keep my notes and things like that. So whatever you use to keep your notes, just have your questions, have your script, have everything already written out. What are your questions? And then have, here's the YouTube, have that YouTube link already saved on your phone, and then have that price breakdown with everything that they're going to get already saved on your phone. And so all of that can be simple so that you're not always saying, what do I say next? What do I say next? This is simple, guys, when it comes to this actual, once someone says yes and they're interested in more information, the process after that is simple. Follow those steps, and that pretty much, I would say that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all we do.
That's all we do, guys. We just talk to more people. We talk to tons and tons and tons of people. So the idea, talk to a lot of people and take the emotion out of it, okay? Do not feel bad, take the emotion out, talk to lots of people, and follow up with lots of people. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Bye.